Alright, this morning I'm going to show you all of our garden spots that we're growing. I got some broccolis and red hot cherry peppers that still need to go in the ground. Here we have some Cocozelle zucchini looking nice. It's a little chilly out here today. And as you see, we got our first baby zucchini. This is also a Cocozelle plant. This is just a Black Beauty zucchini. Oh, I think there's a baby back there too. This is the 49er hybrid summer squash. This plant has been struggling since I put it in ground. I probably should have tore it out and put a new seed in, but I didn't. We'll see what happened. This is the same variety, planted about 2 weeks after that one, and you can see the difference in size. I have some empty space right here. I'm gonna put some of those broccolis and things there. Over here, we have our buckets of potatoes, all different varieties of potatoes. These have been in probably about a month. We put in, I think these are cabbages because the groundhog ate the ones in the other plot. So we're going to try to grow some down here because for some reason he never comes over here. Because she has babies. She never comes over here and eats anything. Back here we have some cherry tomatoes. I came through yesterday and took off a lot of the suckers and staked some of them that were leaning over. This whole row right here is cherry tomatoes. It's cold out here today. I came early because the shadows are so bad in the afternoon, so I came early in the morning while the lighting's pretty good. We have more potatoes right here. These are almost maxed out on room for dirt. I'm actually not sure what these are. I think they're some variety of tomato, just because the little right here you can see where we grow roots, but I'm not 100% sure because I lost the label off the plants before I planted them. So we'll see what happens. Over here, lots of garlic, onions. I'm going to come cut some of the tops of these like I did in the other plot. They say that you cut them where they naturally bend at to produce a bigger bulb. Like this one's bent right there, so I'll just snip it right here. That's what I've been doing with the other onions, and it looks like it's working out so far. I have a random sunflower growing in the middle, looking a little pretty. Over here we have Cubanelle peppers. These stunted really bad. All my peppers did when I put them in ground. That's standard for peppers. Up here we have the Amano orange, which looks like it's trying to set some fruit. I didn't see that yesterday. Here are another bunch of varieties of squashes. They're either Cocozelle. This one is Black Beauty. I planted a couple extra of those. My mom, that's her favorite summer squash. And we got some like crook necks and straight neck yellow ones. There's 8 of them in this space. Down here is our indigo kumquat. Got the one little fruit still. Right here, the type of peppers we have are California Wonder. These are, I don't know, my peppers are taking a little longer. That usually happens when you transplant them. They shock for a while. Up here, these are black cherry tomatoes. And this is purple bumblebee. I've never grown this one. It's coming along nicely though. Up here we have sweet banana. Some of them are putting on little fruits. I'm gonna take those off because I like to let my plant get a little bigger first. And I just pinch them off. And we have a variety of all kinds of bush beans. I did a variety of different kinds so we can narrow down what our favorite variety is. Try to make sure I label them all, and we'll see how that goes. The labels are usually gone by the end of the season. I have some purple ones back there, Royal Burgundy beans, and I have some yellow Cherokee wax. I tried lima beans. Some of them didn't come up too well. Only like 2 of them came up, so I'll just come. These are weeds. I'll come weed all this out and resow them and see what happens. Over here we have Golden California Wonder. These are the orange color ones. And this plant's trying to put it on a pepper, even though it's tiny. I don't know. For some reason, just this variety, like, does not look well at all. I'm just gonna continue to fertilize them and try to keep them weeded, and we'll see if they come in. And up here we have weeds every time. Mixed color bells. More potatoes. I didn't fill these all the way yet, and they're setting flowers already. I'll probably just leave them the way they are. It's pretty full. Then we have some collard greens. This is round 2 because got a couple wormholes. Don't come spray with some neem. You gotta spray neem when the sun's not shining, so we'll do that this evening. Got some cucumbers. Some of them haven't came up. We'll resow those. Some of the other ones are doing great. And right here, these are Chinese mustard greens. Couple cabbage holes I see too, but we'll spray them. Just looking nice compared to my other cabbages. Wait till you see what the groundhog did to those. Over here, another pot of potatoes. I hate digging potatoes out the ground. It's a lot of manual labor, so we just do them in pots. Down here I got a basil, okras. I put some black cow manure in here before I planted. This grass stuff must have been in that, because this is the only place that I used the black cow, and this wasn't here before last year, and this is just sprouting everywhere. It's like bad too. It's like overtaking my okras. This bed needs weeded. That's something I'm going to try to get done today. And down here we have all the strawberries. If you guys haven't seen my shorts I've been posted, we have strawberries coming in every day, every other day. I'm picking a lot of them. My sister's coming here for a while before she moves to Hawaii, and I know her son is going to love them. These are black cherry tomato plants too. And if you see, I put them in the ground the same time I put the other ones in the ground, and these ones over here, not doing too great. Lots of okra. Some are really little babies because I had to resell. Something's been getting to my strawberries. Some critter. And down here we have lots and lots of tomato plants. This is a purple tequila bell pepper. We have mortgage lifters, lemon boys, better boys. There's a whole variety of different kinds of tomatoes. Over here we have some volunteer sunflowers that came up, and they're pretty close to my tomatoes. I probably should pull them out, but I'm not, because these are cherry tomatoes, and I have more than enough cherry tomatoes. I don't really care if these ones do that great. We had some marigolds down here that it's probably my fault. Should have tended to them a little better, but I'm going to take those out and probably just put some of those cabbages or something in there. Down here, more tomatoes. Over here we have the red night bell peppers. Right here. And then we have the sun gold cherry tomatoes. I have 3 of those plants and a regular cherry tomato in here. I staked these up and pruned them yesterday. I'm going to come put tomato cages around them. We have basil. Cilantro's going to seed because it's so hot. I'm going to come harvest as much of this and dry it as I can now, because the flavor's going to change if it really flowers. And then here's my herb bed. Different thymes, oreganos, cilantros. I got some kale right there and right there. Purple basil, sage, curled parsley. I bought these at the Dollar Tree. I think they're the cutest little signs. And that's it for this plot. We'll jump over the fence. I always say jump over the fence. I'm not jumping over the fence. It's like 2 feet tall. Walk you around here. See, there's a lot of other plots. A lot of other people growing foods. You see this hole right here? This is where the groundhog comes out of. It lives under the shed. And there's one in the back. It comes walking out here every day right in front of people like he doesn't care. Over here, we normally don't have this plot. This isn't one of our regular plots, but nobody used it this year, so we decided that we're going to plant some melons over here. So we planted lots of different varieties of watermelons. Nothing planted this far on this side yet, but more holes with watermelons. The bird poop makes me think that I might need to replant those seeds because they probably pecked them out. And I have a variety of tomatoes and a couple chili peppers at the end down here, just because I had them extra at my house and I didn't want them to go to waste. Some of them are not looking too hot, but they'll do all right. I have a couple marigolds that I need to put in either a pot or the ground real soon. This tomato plant is happy to be put in ground. It stood up and perked up nice. I'll just wait a little while, then I'll prune them back some more and fertilize them. They'll do good. This garlic was here from last year, and I'm really not sure. I'm like, should I pull it up? Because it's planted together very, very closely. Like, who plants that much garlic in one space? Like, that's craziness. So I'm thinking I should pull it. It's kind of trying to go to seed. See, we're getting garlic scapes. Should I just cut the scapes and let it go a little longer till it dies back some more and see what really happens? I'm not sure. I know the bulbs are not. I pulled 1 or 2 up and they're very small. We planted some patty pan squash on this side and some more on this side. This has literally been in the ground for 3 days, that seed. And I got some more coming up over here. And then we have some Armenian white. People call them cucumbers. They're technically a melon. We're going to grow these ones on the ground because I have some growing up the trellis over there. I just had the extra plants and I didn't want them to go to waste. We'll put them in ground, see what happens. Worst that can happen is we don't get nothing, which we would have got nothing if we threw them in the garbage. And then we have this space left on the side right here that I'm going to till and clean up. And we're going to plant some winter squashes on this side, I believe. I've been trying to catch the groundhog. This is where it goes under the fence. I had melons and stuff and some like strawberries and stuff like that in there. And something gets the food out of it, but the trap doesn't go off. So I don't know how that happens. I almost fell. All right, we're going to walk around the back here. Kenneth started us some tomatoes. He said he's going to separate them and put them in one of his beds. But some of those plants are mine because I gave him the seeds. We're going to split them. We got lilies. They're about to bloom. I didn't notice that yesterday. I'm excited about that. I like the flowers. Okay, over here on this side is where we're doing our 3 sisters. See, I transplanted some sunflowers out of my strawberry bed over here. The corn is coming up. The weeds are coming up a lot too. But I'm going to let my corn and stuff get a little bit bigger before I really come over here and weed it. Try to cover it maybe with some mulch and when I plant the beans and sunflowers. Those are different squash. I planted some summer, some winter, because they said it doesn't really matter what variety of squash on a couple of videos I watched. But we have about 7 of those mounds like this. Trying to do the 3 sisters. we're gonna see what happens. Planted sunflowers randomly in with the corn. The weeds are coming back. Craziness. The weeds grow better than the seeds you put in the ground. Over here. It's looking good. Looking like we might make something happen. And here we are to the groundhog's buffet. All my broccolis and stuff, he's eating them down to nothing. I pulled them up. He even ate one chili pepper plant. So, like, I don't get it. He's eating all my sweet peas. Oh, he's been back. It's the squirrels. Because, see how they ate the end of that off? I just decided that from now on, this type of leafy vegetables and sweet peas and things like that, I'm going to grow them in Del Morris' plot, because growing them over here hasn't been working for us. Look how it just devours. We got some dragon tail radishes. I don't know when I'm supposed to pull these off. I think I should and try them. These are to see if we like them. Here my spinach is going to seed. This is that Bloomsdale long-standing spinach. I'm going to come take those out, put some new seeds in. They're supposed to do good through the summer. We got some green leaf lettuce. No, that's butter crunch lettuce, I think. Either way, the groundhog, it was nice and lush, and I was about to pick, and I came over here and there was nothing left. Red romaine coming back, and I got some other romaines and things coming up over here. I'm just gonna go through, and when it gets a little bigger, I'll probably end up replanting this whole bed, because I'm just waiting for winter to do brassicas, because this groundhog right now is getting the best of me. He ate all my cabbages and stuff like that. He came over here, he chewed the leaves off my kohlrabis that I started. Didn't mess with these. That's the only two lettuces I have doing a little good. But he's back there. You can see where they come in. That's from the birds. We put a trellis up right here. I don't know if you can see that. We're gonna plant some asparagus beans on here. Got some different types of peppers. These are all hot peppers over here. Those are the cowhorn, and those are the hot banana. Different varieties of peppers. I don't see the signs, see, and I know I put labels on all of them, so, oh, here it is. These are jalapenos. These are habaneros. This one almost died, came back. She's struggling, but she might pull through. Over here we got hot cherry peppers, which I don't know what color these ones are. I think they're all red, aren't they? I got some more though. I just forgot I had these. And, ooh, almost fell. We got some Hungarian wax. They're all setting fruit and they're so small. And then we have some shishito and some Cajun bell mini peppers. I'm actually excited about these Cajun bell mini. I've never had them, but it's going to be an experience. We're going to see how hot they really are. And then we have more tomatoes, all different kinds. Some of them flowering, some of them struggling. Some of them are looking really nice though. Really good. I've been pruning. I haven't fertilized over here since they've been in the ground, so I'll do that this week and then we'll see a difference. And we just been getting rain the past couple days, but it hasn't really been that warm. So when it warms up, I think tomorrow after all this rain, we should see a difference in our plants. They really love the rainwater versus being watered. And this is a sunflower. I planted a lot of sunflowers this year randomly throughout the garden, and we have a lot of birds over here this year just picking your seeds right out the ground on you. These are Italian roasting peppers. Those are some ornamental hot pepper. It just said ornamental on it, so we'll see what that gives us. And here's my one little Tabasco plant, and I've been thinking I should get another one, but last year my Tabasco plant struggled for a while, and then it just took off out of nowhere. So I'm thinking that might be the name of the game for these pepper plants. We'll see. What else do we have that we haven't covered? Oh, I got some liquid fertilizer right there. I put garden tone in water. I let it sit for like 24 hours so it could dissolve. And then we'll stir it real good and give some to our plants. Over here we have different turnips and radishes and rutabagas and all kinds of things like that. That's what these leafy greens are. And then we have onions. You can see I've been cutting them at the natural bend. Last year I just cut all of the tops off like I seen a video that said to do, and my plants end up dying. Like my onions end up rotting in the ground, so I'm trying a different method this year to see what happens. We have beets. As you can see, the groundhog's been coming over for a snack. He didn't do this area that bad, but my cauliflowers and stuff, he had a field day. It needs to be weeded over here. Every time any little bit of rain, the weeds grow better than the plants. We've been picking these white icicle radishes. We tried them roasted the other day. They said they were all right. I don't know if I'll grow more radishes. You can see where it comes and just eats everything. Every plant has a couple leaves bitten off of it. We have carrots down here. Nothing's messed with them yet, which is surprising. But we're gonna weed them a little thinner. We'll come take another look so we get some good carrots. We don't keep using them for fresh eating. We're not gonna like preserve any carrots. Kales are down to nothing. Down to nothing. Every time it grows back in, it gets a couple leaves, and I'm like, oh, maybe we'll get some kale. Here he comes. Her and her babies come and just eat. And the thing I don't get is, why doesn't it just eat one plant? Why does it have to go through and take a bite out of every plant? But that's where we're at. Closing out the end of our third week of our grow season here in upstate New York. Until next time, guys, thanks for stopping over.